Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Connecting Women in Insurance with me, your host Julie. This podcast is about extraordinary women throughout the insurance industry and the journeys that they've traveled throughout their lives. If you haven't already, please subscribe to your favorite podcast platform as this helps us grow and bring you more episodes like this in the future. Joining me today is Miss Kelly Cressy, National Business Development Manager for Haag. Hey Kelly, how are you doing?
Fine. Thank you so much, Julie, for having me today.
Oh, thank
I'm
you for
excited.
joining.
Thank you.
Of course. So tell me a little bit about what you do and a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, as you said, National Business Development Manager at Haag. I've been with Haag for about 2 years. And although Haag's been around for 101 years this year, so
They
that's
have.
something to applaud. In my role, my job is to build relationships with existing clients and identify potential clients and focus on specific services, specific customers, specific territories,
Nice.
and really try to highlight the services of all of our experts while engaging with the insurance industry and working with a really great team of other business development professionals. I guess that's the short version of what I do.
So I noticed you have a beautiful yard there. Where you said you had a dog. What kind?
Oh, well, I have a really handsome German Shepherd. His name's Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox is he's relaxing right now in another part of the house because he does like to participate. We might get to hear him a little bit later.
Oh,
I'm not
that's
sure,
fine.
and I think this might be a little risky taking you guys outside today, but I wanted
It'll be
everyone
good.
to see lovely Savannah, Georgia.
It's
The Spanish
beautiful.
moss is so intriguing and beautiful, and
It
it's a
is.
little warm here today, but
Yeah.
that's okay. I chose it. So, welcome to my front porch.
It's very lovely. So what tell me how you got to where you are. Like, did you start out of school or whatever thinking, "Oh, I want to do something in insurance," or did you fall into it like most of the rest of us?
No, I think my only experience with insurance was when I got my first car and had to go get car insurance for the very first time. And that's definitely not a process that anyone wants to consider for a lifetime that I know of. But no, no, no. I had another career
Mm-hmm.
before this. So in 2003, I was minding my own business, being the florist at the Ritz-Carlton hotels in Boston, which,
Ooh.
I mean, you can't be much different, and having a great time and making the world a little bit more beautiful every week with flowers and meeting with brides and event coordinators and planning these big elaborate events and
Oh,
really
wow.
enjoyed it. And then my father called. And he's a little bit of a mad scientist, and he invented a piece of drying equipment. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, "Now I have to sell it, and I need you to help me." So I packed up my family. My daughter was very young at the time. We packed up from Boston, and I moved to New Jersey and said, "Sure, I'll help you." And so 2003 joined the family business, which was water out. And then after I made the move, and my father said, "Well, you're going to help me sell this equipment, but first you have to learn how to use the equipment." So then I spent the next few months ripping out wet carpet and wet drywall and crawling in wet crawl spaces and emergency calls on the weekends and at night. And then I started selling the services to the insurance industry. And that's where I really fell in love with the industry. I feel like I've done a lot of different things in insurance services.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of where I got my start. It wasn't glamorous. It was very smelly. I can still smell fire losses sometimes when it's humid outside. Yeah, there it is. I smell the fire losses from 20 years ago. I have so much respect for people who do that emergency work, and I loved every minute of it. I
Oh,
did it for
yes.
years. I
That
did it for
is very different than flowers and weddings and very elaborate weddings at that.
Very different.
Yes. So, what in your learning experience with your dad and the equipment, what was maybe one of the losses that stands out the most to you, or that you remember the
Let's
most?
see. Um, oh, there's so many. There's so many. So many. I was on cat duty so many times, but I'll tell you where it connected for me. My previous life as a florist at the Ritz Carlton, and restoration, and insurance services overall. So I thought I had moved beyond wet basements and wet insulation and all those things. And I was now a salesperson. And I had my suit on. And
Ooh.
yeah, we were really busy that day. And we had a very nice couple that had water loss in their home. And I said, I'll go out and meet with them, kind of get the job started, get the paperwork going. But I was going to meet another client later in the day. So I have my suit on. I think I'm, hot to trot. And I got to the house, and it was this lovely couple, and they had a water leak in their crawl space. The hot
Oh
water tank
no.
was sprung a little tiny leak, but had been leaking forever, and their floors looked like this.
Yeah.
And the husband kept telling me it's probably in the crawl space. And I'm looking, where's the crew? I can't get the crew here. They're taking forever. So I went down into the crawl space in my suit. And this is at the Jersey Shore, so everyone's got a nice sandy crawl space. And I went down in that hole, and I thought, oh God, I just hope I can get back up out of this hole. And I got down in there, and I'm belly crawling. And can you all see it now? I'm belly crawling in the crawl space, and I have sand down the front of my suit and wet insulation in the back of my suit. That's not where the similarities come. Where it comes, we're getting there. I got out of the crawl space, and it was before lunch, so I was able to get out of the hole. It wasn't too big to get out. So anyway, get out of the hole, and the couple was so grateful. And of course, they're pouring me lemonade, and I'm taking down information from them. And one thing I learned beyond being the florist at the Ritz Carlton, I'm sure many people are familiar with the hospitality at the Ritz Carlton. Ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen, and really trying to fulfill unexpressed wishes and desires of the guest. So I was able to take this genuine care and concern that I learned at the Ritz Carlton and turn it into customer service for the insured. So even before the adjuster was there, this is me and the homeowner just talking about what's going on and how we're going to fix the problem. Because I think that whenever there's any type of insurance claim, whether it's someone's home or it's their business, most of the time it's the very, very first time anyone's dealt with this. We do it all the time. It's old
Right.
hat. Oh, that's it? You see a building
Right.
burn to the ground, and we think we've seen that before. But to people who are going through it, it's their first time. So I
Yes.
was able to take that customer service experience I learned and bring that to my restoration life. And even beyond the homeowner, as I would work with insurance carriers and adjusters and other experts, I think that customer service and really connecting with people is, I think, the most important part of the job. I
I would
mean, I'm
agree.
a business development manager, so I don't know. Maybe other experts have a different opinion of that, but I think the relationship and connecting with people is the most important part of what we do.
I agree. I because you're right. Like what I deal with is a little different in flood, but when people's homes flood or they have a loss, a fire loss or whatever, because my best friend just had one of those, it's devastating, and you need to you need to remember, just like you said, this is maybe your 100th one, but it's their first, so you have to treat it like it's your first. So, in all of that, did you ever make a mistake or a decision in your career and you thought, I'm fired. I'm done. Dad's kicking me out of the will. He's kicking me out of the business. But you learned a valuable lesson that helped you later. Or even did you ever look back and say, God, why did I ever leave the Ritz? I mean, but you learned from it.
Well, I'm so grateful to always have that Ritz Carlton training with me. I think in about 2009, we decided not to go forward with water out
Mm-hmm.
anymore. That might be an entirely different podcast. That's a different day. But anyway, we decided not to go forward with that
Mm-hmm.
anymore, and I left the business for a little while. And what I learned in that is that I really missed it. I missed, I guess I missed the excitement. I missed the travel. I'd been traveling since 2003, going to national conferences
Mm-hmm.
and attending trainings and holding training classes and going to meet clients around the country. So I missed that part of it. I had kind of slipped back into a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and I thought, yeah, this isn't for me. So I guess what I learned was that I really found, I think, what I was good at and what I was passionate about, and somewhere where I could, I guess, make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I learned by deciding to leave the business. I realized I wanted back in the business. And it took me a little bit, but I came back.
That's awesome.
I
So,
came back.
who was or is the most influential person in your life, your personal and career life, and why?
Let's see, there's been so many, and I don't ever want to leave anyone out for
Well, you
sure.
can name more than one.
But I will say, I guess influential would have to be in this particular career in the last 20 plus years of being in insurance services. I would have to say my dad, because without him, I never would have found this. I never would have figured it out. And you definitely would not have been able to talk me into leave your fancy job where you're drinking champagne with a bride and her mom talking about, do you think that peonies will be in season yet? For a wet basement. I never thought I would give that up. I loved that job. So I guess, my dad he's my hero, and he really was influential in this. And I'm having dinner with him this weekend, so maybe I'll show him that clip and he'll buy wherever I want to go. So I really think my father, but I think that as far as my, when the customer service piece was ingrained in me, it is really the first general manager I worked for, which was John Rolfs, and anyone who's met him, I'm sure is smiling just thinking about it. Mr. Rolfs was the toughest general manager. And one of the things that he said in training that has stuck with me forever is he made us all scream no at the top of our lungs. We screamed it over, no, 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 until it got louder, and this room full of Ritz-Carlton employees are screaming, no. And he said, I never want to hear that bleep word from your mouth ever again. It's your job to figure out how to give the customer what they want. End of
Wow.
story. And it went on from there, but it definitely left an impression. And
I
I try
bet.
to carry that with me all the time. We can't always fix everything, or we don't always have the answer, but that's kind of what I love about this job, finding the answer, finding the right person for the job, finding the right connection. So those two gentlemen were definitely a big part of my career.
Mm-hmm.
And my personal life, I have to say my mom, she worked so hard, and I don't want to start crying. I'm going to start crying. And
That's okay.
she's amazing. I took her to London with me this year. I like to tell everyone that because after so many years of my mom working and taking care of kids, and she worked at a time she didn't have a lot of tools in the toolbox, as they
Mm-hmm.
say. She became a single mom and had to figure it out, and she just worked really hard to always give us what we needed.
Mm.
And I thought, this poor woman, she's never really been anywhere fun. So when I went to London for work last year, I took her with me,
Oh, I
and
bet she
it
had a
was just
blast.
Great. It was great. Yes, it was great. And my daughter came along as well,
Oh,
to
fun.
chaperone mom while I was working.
Hey,
She's
look,
got to chaperone
you
grandma.
you say that seriously. I don't know what it is, but I need a tracking device on my mother. It's ridiculous. She hit 75 and it's like I can't keep up with her. It's crazy. I mean, one time I was looking for, like, for 2 days, I was calling her, couldn't get her. And I asked my daughters, I'm like, have you heard from mom? And they're like, oh, she's on a cruise in Mexico.
Oh,
What?
you didn't know she was on a cruise?
No.
It's the life I dream of. I'm just going out.
No, I'm
Wow.
just telling you, she just does this stuff all the time. Like, she'll just pick up and go to Tennessee to see my brother and not tell anybody. I'm like, you cannot do this anymore. But I mean, I'm grateful that she's, gets around and does well, but good Lord. Anyway,
Moms or something.
they are. But back to that exercise on the no, I bet that not only impacted your professional life, but your personal life as well. I mean, I think that would impact me wholly, like completely.
Well, see, therein lies the rub, right? Don't they tell us no is a complete sentence when we're trying to build boundaries and not put more things on our plate, not trying to do everything.
Oh, no, and I agree you should say no
But
for that, but I'm saying, like, when you think you can't do something, I would think that that
absolutely,
exercise resonates loudly in your head.
figure it out.
Yeah,
He
I
was
mean,
pretty much saying, figure it out.
I love that. I mean, that I like that exercise. I may have to use that in a class.
Yeah, yes. You know what? And please do. He would he'll get a little warm feeling in his heart when he hears your room doing it.
Um,
Sure.
so, what advice would you give to women listening who want to move forward in their career or up in their career, and maybe they're at a standstill or something, but no matter what the industry, what advice would you give them?
Well, I gave my daughter some advice. My daughter's an adult, super adult, actually. She's really great, and she's just doing her thing. And but I gave her advice a very long time ago. I said, "Don't ask for permission, except from your mother. That's the only person you need permission from is your mother. Don't ask for permission." And I think that's important because I think sometimes women feel like we're waiting for the invitation or we're waiting for someone's okay to move up at work or change jobs or try a different career. And I think that we forget that we are amazing problem solvers and decision makers, and we don't need the board to tell us this imaginary
Right.
board that we have in our lives of people. We're waiting for them to tell us it's okay. You can try to do something new. So I think just trust yourself and also don't wait for someone to give you permission to do it.
I love that. That's awesome.
Right.
Um, yeah, there's been a couple ladies on here that have said something similar. They're like, "Man, just go for it," you know. I mean, you kind of have to. You get to a point, but I think that comes with age. Like you finally get to the point you're like, "Why have I been asking?" You know.
Right.
I mean, I'm a grown woman. I can just do, and so it's
Yes.
empowering when you get to that point.
I had an experience in my very early 20s that kind of shifted that for me. And I was fortunate. I was bartending at the Hard Rock Cafe. How much fun was that? Now, this is a long time ago when there were only 10 in the whole wide world. So it was a thing still, right? Now you say, like, oh, she worked at the airport. No, no, this was rock stars were rock stars were coming in. It was exciting. It was a long time ago. I said I was a very young girl. And I had the opportunity to go to Mexico City to open their Mexico City location as a corporate trainer.
Nice.
And I said, yeah, I'm going. So got my passport, packed my bag, and went to Mexico City and loved it.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some quick questions.
Oh no.
There's no wrong answer. Just
Hang on. I'm
give you a
ready.
minute.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Just whatever comes to mind. So, What is the best compliment you've ever received?
Oh, wow. That's the best compliment I've ever received. There's just so many I can't. No, I think I think the best compliment I've ever received is someone telling me that I'm kind, because I think that's important. And someone told me I was very kind, and that really touched me.
That's nice. Mm-hmm. You are. You're very funny too.
Well, thank you. I mean, laugh with me, laugh at me. I don't know.
Yeah. Nor
We'll
do you
see.
care, do you? Because I don't.
Not really.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just looking at how much I'm frizzing up out here in Savannah, Georgia. Very authentic. Okay, go on. Next question.
No, it looks good. Okay. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, tardiness. Tardiness. I don't have to even think about that one. If you're on time, you're 10 minutes late. End of story. Makes
That's
my life very difficult because I have some people in it that are on time all the time. Still late for me.
well.
Tardiness.
I
Hate it.
have said this in past ones. I was always 15 minutes early at the latest everywhere I went, and then I got divorced, and it took about 6 months or so, and I struggle to get there on time. Like
You were tired.
I've relaxed a lot, like way too much. Like I kind of need to pull it back together.
Well, maybe the timeliness, but nothing else. Everything else is perfect. The timeliness, it's get back on
Yeah,
track, please.
all my clocks are set at different times, and they're at least 10 minutes ahead, and I'm still like struggling to get there on time. Like it's ridiculous. I have
Well,
never
you're
in
on
my
time today. That's all I care about. You're on time today.
well, I was on time today, yes, but Jeremiah helped with that.
Yes, thanks, Jeremiah.
Okay, if you were a kitchen appliance or an office supply, which one would it be and why?
Ooh, let's see. I don't want to be a kitchen appliance. Not one. There's not one, maybe an ice maker. Because that makes me happy. There's no other appliance I want to talk about in the kitchen, not one. Um, if I was an office supply, I'd be a highlighter pen.
And why?
I like to highlight. One, I like to write. Maybe it's because I need these glasses all the time. The highlighter helps. So I like to highlight the good things in life, and I think it'd be fun to be a highlighter pen.
I love that. That's a great one.
The important things and the fun things, and I think that'd be fun.
Um, what is your favorite season of the year?
Summer.
Really?
Keep that pumpkin spice away from me. It's summer. I want the beach. I want a cold drink. That's it. Summer. Summer. I might be the only woman that's not said fall. Am I the only one that's not
No,
said fall?
I like autumn and spring.
Okay.
And I like it cooler just because I have a really great fireplace,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
really enjoy my fireplace. I'm not a
All
pumpkin
right.
spice person, but
Okay, good.
no, I mean just strong black coffee or hot cocoa. I'm pretty basic with that.
Me too. Sorry to the pumpkin spice fans. I know there's millions of you
Oh
out
no,
there.
I mean I wouldn't hurt anybody's feelings over it, but if I have to choose between that or just regular coffee, I'll take the regular coffee.
Yep.
That's just
No.
kind of my thing. But
That's it.
okay, one more. Let me see what I want to do. Okay, if you could instantly master any language, which one would it be?
Ooh, instantly master any language. Um, well, you know what? I've been working on Spanish for a lot of years, but I'd love to master it. I'd love to finally master it.
Myself, yeah, my daughter got me whatever program to learn it. I'm just gonna have to pay her back for the
You want to borrow my
present.
highlighter?
I need to. I haven't really gotten past mi hablo un poco español. That's pretty much where I am, and I butcher it with my southern accent.
I don't know how we say y'all in Spanish. I'm going to work on that.
Yallo. Yeah, I would love to be able to do that. That would be nice. So you have you have been in this career a long time with the mitigation and then now with the business development, which you're absolutely perfect for. Um, but what direction do you see or do you think the next leg of your journey will take you on, personally and professionally?
Let's see. I love what I do. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see anytime soon where that comes to an end. I love traveling. And I travel a lot, 2 to 3 weeks a month. I'm away.
Mm-hmm.
And again, thanks for letting me do this on my front porch because I'm home this week and I really love to be in Savannah
Oh
too.
no, I love the outside.
But I love the travel part. I really love the people. I like solving problems. I don't really have a different plan right now. Maybe move more into a someday maybe move more into a strategic role because I
Mm-hmm.
like to look at the industry as a whole. And I've been on the mitigation side. I worked for an IA firm. I worked for a forensic accounting firm. So I've kind of put together all the pieces of really great teams. And I like to look at claims and at the industry, like I said, as a whole and see where everyone fits.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what would I love to do ultimately? I'd love to be a philanthropist. So I'm working on the millions so I can just be a philanthropist. Because I like to help people. I like to give back. I like to, like I said, I like to fix things. So ultimately, that's what I love to do. So we just need a couple more million and we're going to be ready to go.
Well, I love it. I, this has been so much fun. But as we come to a close, if there is any one takeaway that you would like to leave with our audience, what would it be?
I would like to remind everyone that we're all in this together in this crazy insurance industry. I can't thank you enough for inviting me to do this and for what you're doing, bringing women in the industry out to talk about their experiences. And I think that overall, if I could just encourage everyone to reach out and connect with people who do what you do, maybe in other companies, and reach out to people on a personal level. Really
Yes,
get to know them. I have that advantage. I get to see people all the time. That's my job. I see people, and I
I
love that
love
part of it.
that. I love that.
But I would encourage people to do it because we're all in this together, and I think it makes for a really a nice claims process and just a nice working environment in the industry.
I agree with you very much. And I love that you said that about even reaching out to people that do the same thing you do, but with another company, because sometimes you might get stuck on something and you're like, well, Kelly does the same thing at her company, and maybe she can help me see a different perspective on this. And it's not about, who has more or less. It's just, it really is about helping each other. And I agree, meet people, get out there and do that.
I
Kelly, I
really don't
can,
believe there's any competition. We're all in
no,
this together.
it really is, that's very true. I can't thank you enough. I have enjoyed this so much, and I love that you sat on your porch. I do. If I could have been on my porch with you, I mean, that would have been awesome. But,
Well, maybe
then
one day we will be on the porch together. I hope
absolutely.
so.
If you ever come to Mobile, we're heading out to the farm.
Oh, let's do it. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you again. Thanks
Oh,
so much.
thank you. And
Thanks,
thank you.
Jeremiah,
And
wherever you
thank
are.
you. Thank you all for joining us on another episode of Connecting Women in Insurance. See you all next time.